Welcome back to draft season. Every weekend this preseason, we're building an actual guide to the most valuable picks at each position, using real 2026 draft data, not just gut feelings, so you can put together a genuinely good team this season. Last week, running backs. This week, wide receivers. 10 names in the countdown, plus a rookie spotlight, and this week's value pick. For each one, we're asking the real question. What did they actually do last season? And what's genuinely different heading into this one? Malik Nabers looked like a budding superstar as a rookie in 2024. Then in week 4 of 2025, he tore his ACL, along with a full meniscus tear that needed repair, not just a trim, after just 4 games. His ADP this year is barely behind George Pickens, priced almost entirely on what he did before the injury, not on any proven 2026 recovery. This one's a health bet. George Pickens quietly posted 11.7 fantasy points a game in his first season with Dallas, the 6th best rate of any receiver in this entire countdown, despite going off the board at WR9. Drake London turned 11.2 points a game for Atlanta, a stronger rate than 3 of the 7 receivers being drafted ahead of him this year. Justin Jefferson is going WR7, largely on name value. In 2025, he posted just 6.9 fantasy points a game, his least productive season in 6 years, mostly because Minnesota ran 3 different quarterbacks through the lineup, and none of them could consistently get him the ball. The Vikings brought in Kyler Murray this offseason to compete for the job. Whether that fixes it is the biggest swing factor at the position this year. A.J. Brown posted 9.5 fantasy points a game for Philadelphia in 2025, a below-tier rate for a receiver still going off the board inside the top 20 overall. Amon-Ra St. Brown is the most consistent name on this list. 12.2 fantasy points a game in 2025, the 3rd best rate in this entire countdown, at a price that undersells him relative to the 2 names ahead of him. CeeDee Lamb managed 9 points a game in 2025, a quiet year by his standards, and the lowest rate of any receiver taken inside the top 5. Jaxon Smith-Njigba broke out for real in 2025, 1793 receiving yards and 14.2 fantasy points a game, the 2nd best rate at the position. Puka Nacua led every single wide receiver in football in fantasy points per game last season, 15.4, and he's still going 2nd at the position. And at the very top, Ja'Marr Chase, the consensus WR1, going off the board 1st at the position for the 2nd straight year, 11.8 fantasy points a game in 2025, a strong season, but notably not the best rate of any receiver in this countdown. That distinction belongs to someone going 2nd. One name from the 2026 draft class is already turning heads before his first regular season snap. Concepcion. Cleveland traded up to take the Texas A&M receiver 24th overall. His career target share of 27.2% was the highest of any receiver in this rookie class. Training camp reports already have him pushing for real playing time in Cleveland's unsettled receiver room. His current ADP sits around wide receiver 64, 1st-round draft capital, still priced like a late-round flyer. Which brings us to the actual value of this countdown. Rashee Rice. He's going WR13, dead last among the names we've covered, but he averaged 12.1 fantasy points a game in 2025, a top 5 rate at the position in the games he actually played. He missed the first 6 games of the season, serving an NFL suspension tied to a 2024 traffic collision conviction. Not a performance issue, not age, not a lingering injury. Once he was back in week 7, he played like a top 5 receiver. That's this week's value pick, elite production at a WR13 price, discounted for something that isn't happening again in 2026. Next weekend, draft season continues with the tight ends.